along the lines of which will be who and whose. If I type who, there is no output. If I type whose, there is no output. Why is that? It's because I haven't defined anything. I'm at a blank slate. But if I can start assigning variables such as a equals 1, b equals 2, c equals pi, d equals the string with the quotes, that is my name, e is an array of numbers, 1, 2, 3, f is another array, but a two-dimensional array, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. G is a cell with curly braces. The cell contains 1, 2, 3, my name, a matrix 1 and 2, another matrix, two-dimensional matrix 1, 2, 3, 4. It's collecting all of these pieces in a cell. Who will tell me which variables I just have assigned and thus available to me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Whose is going to give me what they are, which type they are, what size they are. A and B and C are simple numbers. They take 8 bytes. They're a double. That's a type or a class of a variable. D was Frederick, the string, or the character string, and it has 16 bytes of information. E is a 1 by 3 array, a vector, a row vector of doubles. F is a matrix of doubles. G is a cell of doubles. How to get pieces of information out of those arrays is by using brackets, parentheses, for the entries of simple vectors. A1 was the number 1. B1 was the number 2. Let's take a look at D was my name. D1 is F, D2 is R, and so on. F was a matrix. Now I can do two things. I can either specify the number of the rows, a second row, third column, that should be the number 6. Or I can say the 6th element of this vector or matrix. And then Matlab will call position 1, 1, the first one, 2, 1, the second one, 3, 1, the third one, 1, 2, the fourth one, 2, 2, the fifth one, 3, 2 is the 6th entry in this matrix F, and that's the number 8. G was a cell. To address a cell, first of all, to make it, I was using the curly braces, and that's how also I will extract it. The first element is 1, the second element is 2, the third is 3, the fourth is my name, the fifth is this little vector, the sixth is this little matrix, the seventh is nothing, because it exceeds the dimensions of this particular matrix or cell, if you will. As we're doing this, we're seeing that variables, which I've just called A, B, C, D, E, F, G, come as different classes, remember? Doubles, characters, and cells. And there are quite a few more, and we will talk about them. So in this particular very first Intro to Matlab little video, we've learned how to use help. We've learned how to use more, which I'm going to turn off now. We've learned how to use help for something specific, like help with a function called plot. We've learned how to use the function look for, such as, well, what does label making involve? Well, various functions to make labels where trigger on the word label come up, each of which I may get help with. Notice I'm not clicking on them. I'm going to get you into the habit of typing help and then something like plot YY. Well, I'll just type help space plot YY and I'll get the help. Which function exactly is plot YY? Well, it sits in this particular file name called plotYY.m, where I can go look for it, which I can copy, which I shouldn't edit because it's part of Matlab proper. But once I make my own functions, I'll put them in a particular place and then I'll witch them to find exactly which one I'm using. Who is going to give me the variables? Whose is going to give me the variables with their sizes. Notice that I have the number where the variable ans for answer. This was something that was being returned earlier on, which in this case here is to be 1, 2, 3, 4, this array. And then of course we've been using more. One last thing about who and whose is that you can use it to get specific variables and their information. Who D is, yeah, that's D. But whose D is going to tell us what exactly D is. Whose D and whose E and whose G is going to give me that subset of the information.